Hello, everybody. Welcome to Devin and Jamie's Musical Memories. And we are today talking about Nirvana.
Which, if you guys don't know who Nirvana is a Seattle band that pretty much came from nowhere, and around the mid
90,
90s, yeah, mid 90s,
90, 91, somewhere in
yeah,
there.
well, up until 93,
Yeah, that's when
93.
he passed away, Kurt Cobain.
Um, but a lot of people don't know that Nirvana actually got their start as a band that was just playing gigs um, for bar mitzvahs
Oh,
and
yeah.
weddings. Actually,
Yeah.
originally Nirvana's music was it was different. We'll say that.
Mm-hmm.
Then, as went on, they started developing their sound. In Utero is a very popular movie by them. Nevermind.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Nevermind's probably their most popular.
and they had a bunch of unreleased music that is just now starting to get out there that people are starting to listen to that weren't necessarily as popular. But Kurt Cobain is a very interesting person with his life because when Kurt Cobain was growing up, he was not close with his family. He said that some nights his mom would pretty much just kick him out of the house and he would stay and live underneath the bridge
Wow.
and draw artwork on the walls.
Very talented artist also, and
Yes.
was a great guitar player. And also the other two members were talented just as much. Chris Novoselic and Dave Grohl, of course, from the Foo Fighters now.
And they were
So
also in a different band before they were in Nirvana because Kurt Cobain met with them, had a meeting, and they all decided that, well, this is what we want to do. We want to inspire the new generation um, and hear our message because at that time, Seattle had a huge music scene and also a very cult uh, view as far as creativity with music in general.
well, you had Soundgarden, Mudhoney, Alice in Chains,
And Smashing Pumpkins,
Smashing
yeah.
Pumpkins. Were they from Seattle?
They weren't from Seattle, but
Oh,
they were
okay.
playing their music in Seattle clubs.
Okay.
Um, Mudhoney, Pearl Jam as
Pearl Jam,
well. Pearl
forgot
Jam, you
them.
guys should know who Pearl Jam is. You know, Eddie Vedder. Um, my opinion of Nirvana is there's not a bad Nirvana album. In my, I've heard just about every Nirvana album you can possibly listen to, and the music is different because it's not your typical rock music. Um, they
Yeah.
had something unique, um, and they even joked at some point in time and during an interview saying that our style is grunge. Well, then the kids started dressing like Nirvana and some of the other bands, you know, with skater clothes and stuff like that, and
Mhm.
you know, flannel shirts,
Yeah, that was the
um,
style back
and
then.
long hair, and you know, hats and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
ties, you know, things like that. So I'm gonna say that grunge music to me, um, well, when I was growing up, that was pretty much something that influenced me musically because I spent a lot of time listening to those bands. The Pixies, they're another band that was, you know,
There's just so many.
yeah.
There's just I
Um,
would mention Hole, but that's got Courtney Love.
well,
They had a couple good songs.
yeah, but is it possible for me to vent a little bit about my theory thing about Courtney Love?
Yeah, but real first before you do that, I want to ask you: was Bush from Seattle?
Yes,
They were.
yeah.
Okay, I wondered about that.
But
No,
they
go
were an
ahead.
English band, but they started performing in Seattle with the other bands to try to get noticed.
They at first people thought they sounded a lot like Nirvana, but
Yeah,
they had their own style.
no.
No, go ahead, dude. Go ahead.
So, and there might be some whole fans on the internet, but
Yeah.
I'm just gonna state this now. Um, I don't think Courtney Love is talented. I think that she's rude. I think she's obnoxious. I think that if you want my honest opinion, I think that she ruined Nirvana because Kurt Cobain didn't care about fame. He didn't care about limousines and fancy cars.
He didn't think though that he would get big someday
No, he
when
never.
before he
No, he
started.
never wanted that. No, he in every documentary I've watched, he states that I never wanted to be famous.
But didn't he know? I mean, I love Kurt Cobain, but didn't he know that by getting into rock music, he might be famous someday? Like,
Well,
or he just didn't think he was.
no,
Gonna get, okay.
because he went from playing little clubs to all of a sudden playing big venues with sold out thousands of people showing up. Like, I'm pretty sure that eventually that got to him because
oh yeah,
he had to do all these interviews with MTV and
he wasn't used to all that
radio
stuff.
stations. And Kurt Cobain was a very simple person, you guys. Kurt Cobain, for God's sakes, lived on people's couches and stayed with teachers because his parents, pretty much abandoned him. So, I have a lot of respect for Kurt Cobain and everybody in the band as far as I'm concerned because they're all geniuses, if you want my opinion. But not so much with Courtney Love because Courtney Love pretty much used Kurt Cobain's fame to get what she wanted.
To make her famous?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
She even admitted that in an interview, you guys. So, if you guys want to check out a really good documentary, it's called Kurt and Courtney.
On Netflix still?
Yeah, no, it's not on Netflix.
They took it off?
It's
okay.
on YouTube.
You'll have to rent it on DVD.
It's on YouTube.
Alright, on YouTube.
The
there you go.
uncensored version is on YouTube. So, and there's also a documentary called Nirvana Age of Grunge, which is very good too, which is filmed by a Canadian producer who was actually living in Seattle during the period of time with the bands, heard a lot of the bands, a lot of the behind the scenes stuff. As far as the conspiracy goes with Kurt Cobain's death, I know I'm going to get a lot of heat for this, but you guys think about what Kurt Cobain meant to the rock business.
He changed rock forever.
Do I believe that he killed himself? No. 100% no. Because there's evidence now that is coming out that proves that theory completely and totally wrong. And Kurt Cobain was very paranoid towards the end of his life because, his wife was sleeping with other men, including Billy Corgan.
Really?
Pumpkins. Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes, he admitted to that.
Oh.
Corgan admitted to that. So,
ooh.
Do I think that Kurt was set up to die? Yes. That's just how I feel. That's how I'm always going to feel because I'm a Nirvana fan. I grew up listening to Kurt Cobain and his messages, and I respect him. I respect him as an artist, and I respect him for his life because he was a simple man. He respected all of his fans. He was never rude to any of them. You guys, this guy went out of his way to sign autographs for you in the middle of rainstorms. He played concerts in the middle of rainstorms in Rome when it was downpouring rain. He was entertaining you guys. I just want the new generation to respect Nirvana and for what they achieved and what they still are doing now, even the members that are still alive. Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters
and
the other guy's in a band, I forgot the name of it.
Well, he's also a record producer too.
Oh, that's right, Chris Novoselic, yeah.
So, my last thoughts on Kurt Cobain is that I love him. He's a phenomenal musician. He was a great guitar player. He was an inspiration to a whole generation. As far as bands like Weezer, you guys.
Yeah.
Weezer was incredibly influenced by
Melvins.
Yeah, they were incredibly the Toadies.
Toadies, yeah.
Total Wet Sprocket. Those bands were influenced by Nirvana. That's why we have the music that we have now is because of Nirvana. And Foo Fighters is also a great band. You guys check them out. They have lots of good albums. And my theory as far as Courtney Love is just go away. Leave the business. You've already ruined enough people's lives. So, yeah, stop making music, please. Your music is horrible. I don't want to hear anymore. yeah, that's just how I feel. That's where I'm gonna stand with that. So
Okay. Well, let's talk about our favorite Nirvana songs.
yeah,
Let's, um, of course, Lithium's probably my favorite off of Nevermind.
Smell
Um,
Like Teen Spirit.
yeah, that's probably their most
Yeah,
famous one. Come As You Are In Bloom's good.
yeah.
Dive is good.
Heart Shaped Box. That
Heart Shaped
whole
Box.
yeah.
Um,
Grandma Take Me Home, which is one
oh,
of the
Silver or Sliver.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Um, so I don't, like I said, I have not heard of one bad Nirvana song as far as I'm concerned. So much love to Nirvana. Kurt Cobain, rest in peace. And I hope in my lifetime that they will find out, who killed you.
Yeah.
That is the big question with the murder conspiracy. So,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not pointing any fingers, but I'm just saying that if you do read the background of what happened, something is really suspicious. If you read
Something had to have happened. It's just,
so,
yeah.
but I'm glad that you guys are listening to us and respecting our point of view, and we look forward to doing more videos about these things. And
check out our other pages.
yeah,
He's got Drizzle Land, and mine is J Wilkins 79.
and
So,
grunge music forever.
yes.
Yes.
Yes. All right, guys. We'll see you next time.
Yep. Bye.